How to sneak out of your second-story window. Although it can be dangerous, sneaking out of your second-story window is sometimes necessary if you want to have a bit of fun. There are a few different ways to sneak out of your window, so pick whichever method works best for you. Always be careful and move quietly if you want to successfully sneak out. Method 1. Using a ladder. 1. Find a ladder to place underneath your window. Look through your family's garage or basement to find a ladder. If you plan on sneaking out, it's best to be discreet when you're searching for your escape ladder. Wait until your family is gone, or wait until they are asleep to look for the ladder. Be careful and be quiet. 2. Prop the ladder against the side of your house under your bedroom window. You should prop the ladder under your window earlier in the day while your family isn't home. If the ladder will be seen by your family, this may not be the best method for you to sneak out of your window. There are a few different types of ladders. Extension ladders or tall step ladders are probably best for this type of scenario. Make sure that the ladder is long enough to reach up to your second-story window. 3. Get a friend to hold the bottom of the ladder for safety. Having a second person to assist you when climbing a ladder is always a good safety precaution. However, if you don't have anyone to sneak out with you, you can always use a sandbag, or something else heavy, to secure the bottom of the ladder in place. If you have a friend helping you sneak out, your friend could also bring the ladder to your window. This would eliminate you needing to set up the ladder beforehand. 4. Slowly and quietly climb down the ladder. Open your window and remove the screen. Leave the screen in your bedroom so that you can put it back on when you sneak back in. Screens can usually be popped out fairly easily. Feet first, carefully and quietly climb out of your window, and place your feet on the top of the ladder. Once you feel like you're secure, climb all the way down the ladder. Leave the ladder in place so that you can climb back up it when you return home. 5. Consider buying a ladder if your family does not own one. You can buy a ladder and keep it in the basement or garage, or you can buy a rope ladder to keep in your room. A rope ladder will be more discreet, but is also a bit harder to use. Both types of ladders can usually be purchased at hardware stores. Method 2. Using a rope. 1. Find a sturdy rope that will hold your weight. Look for a thick rope that will not break when you climb down it. You can test the rope by hanging it to a steady object, such as a tree, and swinging on it. Look in your basement or garage to find a rope. If you cannot find a rope in your house, go to a hardware store. 2. Make a rope out of bed sheets. Take a few bed sheets, roughly 3, 4, that, tied together, will reach from your bedroom to the ground. Take your bed sheets, one at a time, and twist each one tightly, lengthwise. Then, tie a few knots in each sheet, and tie the sheets together. Double knot each knot tightly so that your sheet rope will not break. 3. Tie the rope to something heavy enough and sturdy enough to hold your weight. This can be a heavy bed frame, the foot of a sturdy desk or bookcase, etc. Whatever you tie your rope to, make sure it is something that cannot be moved by your weight. Double knot the rope when you tie it to your sturdy piece of furniture. The object you're tying your rope to should weigh substantially more than you in order to hold your weight. To see if an object will hold your weight, try moving it with all of your strength. If you can't get it to budge, it should most likely be able to hold your weight. 4. Climb out of your window and down the rope. Open your window and remove the window screen if your window has one. Toss the rope out of your window so that it reaches down to the ground. Slowly and carefully climb out of the window, feet first, and begin to climb down the rope. Use the knots that you've tied into your rope to support your hands and feet as you climb down. Leave the rope hanging down so you can climb back up it when you return home. Method 3. Using the features of your house. 1. Climb down a tree if there's a tree by your bedroom window. You're in luck if there's a tree near your bedroom window, because it serves as a built-in escape route. Simply open your window and climb onto the nearest tree branch. Then, proceed to climb down your tree. If you plan on sneaking out often, it might be a good idea to add some easily climbable steps to your tree. This can be done by simply nailing pieces of wood onto the trunk of your tree. Use these pieces of wood as steps to climb up and down the trunk of your tree. 2. Climb onto a lower level roof or porch if your house has one. If your house has features like a terrace, a lower level roof, or a porch, take advantage of them while sneaking out. Using these house features will allow you to sneak out without having to use a rope or risk getting caught while setting up a ladder. 3. Determine which window is best to sneak out of. The second story of your house has multiple windows. Choose the best window to climb out of by figuring out which one has the easiest escape route. One window may have a tree right next to it, or one window might be above an elevated porch or terrace. Choose whichever window is easiest to climb out of. Method 4. Sneaking back in. 1. Return home before you expect your parents or siblings to wake up. You won't want them to know that you snuck out, which is why it's important that you're already home and in bed by the time they wake up. Be quiet when you sneak back in so that you don't wake anyone up. 2. Come back in through your front door if possible. Sometimes it's easier to come back in through your front door than to leave through it. Plus, if you get caught sneaking back in, you can always say that you came downstairs to get a glass of water from the kitchen or a late-night snack. If you have a loud dog, an alarm, creaky stairs, etc., then climb back in your window the same way you climbed out. 3. Leave your escape method in place for you to sneak back in. Whether you used a rope or ladder, leave it in place so that you can use it to get back into your bedroom. Be sure to replace the screen on your window and close your window before going to bed. Hide the rope before you go to sleep so that nobody sees it. Wake up early to put the ladder back where you found it before your parents realize it is missing.